Hello there, this is James, and you're watching Tixee Live. And a very good morning to all of you, and all of you a very happy Friday. In today's episode, I have to discuss a subject I didn't really want to talk about, but unfortunately, the implications of what has happened has an impact globally and in particular to the UK, and is currently dominating everything, understandably. Plus, I want to discuss and ask the question whether or not the US dollar's recent bull run is running out of steam. But before we get into all of that, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only, and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence, and of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. With that out of the way, let's get started. So, yeah, the subject I didn't really want to talk about, but I have to, is unfortunately the very sad news that obviously Queen Elizabeth II has passed away at the age of 96. She was the longest serving monarch of the UK, serving for 70 years. And she's had a massive impact on many people's lives, not just in the UK, but around the world. If you just simply look at her legacy, in her time, she's had 15 prime ministers. In fact, she welcomed the new prime minister just on Tuesday, which was obviously Liz Truss. She's had 14 US presidents in her time, starting with Eisenhower, Kennedy, Nixon, Ford, Carter, Reagan, Johnson, obviously, sorry, I forgot Johnson as well, Reagan, Bush Sr., Clinton, and obviously then Bush Jr., then Obama, and obviously Trump and Biden. So she's lived through 14 US presidents and 16 French presidents and 7 popes. And she was obviously the head of state for 15 nations. 15 nations. And like I say, this is obviously I'm a Brit, so obviously this affects me. And obviously the UK has gone to 10 days of mourning, but there's a lot more implications to that, of course, obviously, because this is a end of an era and a birth of a new one, which of course is obviously King Charles III, who will address the nation today. But you got to remember the implications that obviously the government is now shut down for 10 days, and the head of state for the 15 nations, and the economic impact of this, obviously, where on a country which is already going through inflation at 40-year high, a lot of political instability, and obviously you would have to look at obviously changing the currencies. Obviously, the sterling is famous for having the Queen's head on it, etc. So this is, like I say, a subject I wanted to avoid talking about, but it is very prominent at the moment. For obvious reasons, it's dominating many things. And like I say, she was somebody who was not only the rock to the UK, but a global figurehead, which is probably the most famous woman in the world for so many nations. So this is going to have a big implication to everybody, for a lot of people. Sorry, not everybody, but a lot of nations. Like I say, a lot of leaders I've paid their respect, obviously, including Putin as well. Has paid the respect as well. But yes, so again, I wanted to try to avoid talking about it, but unfortunately, it was something which had to be discussed, because I say this has got worldwide implications, not just for the UK. But anyway, moving on. I want to discuss something else, because something else is happened over the last 24 hours. And that's the question I want to ask is the US dollar bull rally running out of steam? Because as we know, we've had a lot of strong dollar over the last good couple of trading sessions. Obviously spurred on by Jay Powell's speech at Jackson Hole Symposium, where he was very hawkish and he discussed about the Fed's commitment to obviously tackling inflation, getting inflation down to 2%. However, we have seen the greenback lose some steam. In fact, the greenback is actually down 1% against the sterling and the euro. In fact, the euro is now, despite all the terrible trading sessions it's had, is now above parity. And obviously, we have Christine Lagarde's speech due today at 9:30. Yesterday, she was fairly hawkish, which surprised me because she's very rarely hawkish, but she was hawkish yesterday. Obviously, she was outshined by Jay Powell's speech, which was happening around the same time. But now, like I say, obviously, there's been a little bit more chat, obviously, about more members saying that being more aggressive in the fight against inflation. So the euro has got a bit of a bounce. The other thing is we've got a couple more speeches from the Fed, but then after that, they go basically to blackout. It means there's no more speeches due. So we are not going to get so much hawkish talk from the Fed at the moment as they take a step back. So that's going to be a big thing. The other thing, the sterling. Remember we were talking about the sterling, which is ironic. It gets another trust boost. I called it a video on Monday called the trust boost. It got the trust boost again because she's announced a new energy price guarantee plan, which I'm not sure how this is going to particularly work. But anyway, her plan is this, that households throughout the UK will not pay more than £2,500 a year on energy bills for 2 years. Because don't forget, it was reported about a week back that obviously the cost of energy in the UK was going to increase by about 80% by October. So she stepped in and she said for 2 years they will not pay more than £2,500 a year on energy bills. I'm not quite sure. I don't see how she's going to get this, how she's going to do this. This obviously rely on the UK borrowing lots of money to cover this. This is going to be something like 140 billion to cover this, which will put the UK in more of a delicate situation. But anyway, this has given the sterling a boost. The other thing, ironically, which has happened today as well, is, over the last 24 hours, which has also given the sterling a boost, is Bill Gross, who's a very famous American investor. He actually was the co-founder of PIMCO, one of a massive hedge fund. 240 billion in management. It's a huge hedge fund. He's announced he's longing the sterling. He's longing the sterling because he thinks the dollar is overpriced. So he believes that the dollar is running out of steam as well. So yeah, we got the sterling bounce. We'll have a look at the market in the moment as well. And the other thing, the yen is bounced back as well. The yen has bounced back because what we've had, remember we had a little bit of chatter, a little bit of maybe talk or potential BOJ intervention. Well, Bank of Japan Governor Kuroda has now got involved as well. He has said he's spoken to the president about FX concerns, and they've all expressed that the yen's decline is too volatile. And again, they underline the fact they do not rule out any option in getting involved in intervening. So this is a clear sign. Again, it's just talk. But they are indicating they're getting ready to intervene. I mean, don't forget, they haven't intervened on a currency since yen was this week since 1998. But anyway, let's have a quick look at the market. Let's start off with the sterling. As you can see, we've had a really strong bull run. Don't forget, it was under so much pressure, trading around 1.1471. We're now currently trading within the last 24 hours. Currently trading at 1.1636. So a huge boost, the trust boost. And I guess I can say it's the Bill Gross boost as well. The fact that he has come out and say he's longing the sterling against the dollar has really given, obviously, the cable a big of a boost. The euro, again, above parity. currently trading at 1.0103. There is still that key area I'm watching at 1.00625 as a potential support. But really now the next challenge for it is 1.011550, which is another potential area on that. So that's got a boost. S&P 500. We've all got a little bit of risk on today. It's brilliant, you know. We've got a risk appetite. Which is nice change because we've had nothing but risk off for the last couple of trading sessions. Currently now above 4,000 points. Currently trading at 4,037 points. Key area of interest to watch is 4,099 points. And dollar yen, as we're talking about it, if we look at that, this is on a day, let's look at it 30-minute. So much more dramatic. Here we were, challenging or aiming to get to 145, now currently trading at 142, really down to the fact that we have got so much Suzuki, Kuroda, so many people now doing talk about BOJ intervention, which I always said, that's the one thing which could take the steam out of this long-term trend was BOJ intervention, which clearly we're getting signs of this happening now. So currently, yeah, it's under pressure. But like I said, again, it's just talk at the moment. It's not actual action, but talk seems to be proving to be enough at the moment. So yes, anything else coming up today? Obviously, we've got Langard speaking, like I said, at 9:30 a.m. UTC. But we do have something else happening today, which of course is the Tixee Live, new Tixee Live episode of #AskJames. Those who are not familiar with these episodes, these are a little different from the normal Tixee Lives. These are more educational driven, where you send me in a topic and I'll dedicate a live video just for that topic. And that's happening today at 12:30 p.m. UTC. So please come and join me for that. The topic today is going to be introduction to trend lines. So we're going to discuss trend lines. And I have to say a big shout out and a big thanks to October Zest 19 for their suggestion on this. Don't forget, you can send in a suggestion anytime you wish, either on when I'm talking live or leave it in the comment section whenever you wish. And obviously I will obviously then dedicate a whole video for that topic. And I need your topics because without your topics, you know, I don't know what you want to learn or what you want to discuss. And obviously that episode obviously will be a lot less somber today as well. So it will be a little bit more, bit normal than normal. The markets as it currently stands, like I said, we have got risk appetite on the market at the moment. FTSE currently in the green, 1.59%. DAX currently trading higher, 1.45%. And Eurostock 50 currently trading higher at 2.16%. So risk appetite. Oh, the other thing I wanted to show you as well, actually, sorry, I just remembered. Sorry, my mind's not really on it at the moment. Give me a second. Bitcoin is bounced back. In fact, it's actually jumped up 6%. So again, that's a clear sign we have risk on the market. It's actually broken through that key resistance I've been watching of $20,355. So yeah, we have risk on the market at the moment. Indeed. Don't forget, you can ask me questions anytime you wish, or share with me your opinions. Or if you think of a question later, don't forget, you can put it in the comment section either on YouTube or Facebook, and I will reply to them next time I go live on air. Don't forget, I'm on live again today, for the #AskJames special episode, introduction to trend lines at 12:30 p.m. UTC, and again later today to cover the US session at 2 p.m. UTC. So please come along and join me for that. If there is no further questions, not a problem. Thank you for coming along and watching this episode. I'm sorry this episode was a bit somber today, but unfortunately we had to talk about a topic which I did want to, but unfortunately dominates everything at the moment. But anyway, I'll be back online again later today at 12:30 p.m. UTC and 2 p.m. UTC for the American session. Please come along for #AskJames. It should be a really interesting subject. So we're obviously doing introduction to trend lines. Anyway, as I always say, if you're watching me on Facebook and you've enjoyed this little episode, by all means, give us a follow. If you're watching me on YouTube and you've enjoyed this episode, by all means, subscribe if you like. Hit the notification button so you know next time when we're going live. If you enjoyed this little video and found it useful, by all means, give me a little like. It's nice to know that you like what I do. I see you've got a like already, which I really appreciate. Anyway, till next time, don't forget, these little videos are for educational purposes only and in no way whatsoever should ever be taken as financial advice. I always suggest you do your own research and do your own due diligence. And of course, know the risks at hand before entering any trade. Till next time, every single one of you, trade safe.